I've had a super stressful last few months. Ultimately, my skin has suffered and I need some severe intensive treatments, which I'm going to do today. Almost a spa treatment at home. You'll notice that I've got some dryness around here, some pinching going on. My skin is really dehydrated. I also need to step back a bit. Before I go ahead and remove the hair, I need to make sure that my skin is really clean. So I've got a little infected pore right here, just under my nose. It's been there for around 6 weeks, and I tell you what, when it flares up, I get 3 pussy heads on it, and it comes down to about there. My first thing that I really like to use is this by Sothy's, which is the morning cleanser. And I really enjoy using this. That is just very velvety and very lush. So I'm just going to grab a little water on the tips of my fingers and just slide that on my face. It's really mild. It doesn't have too much scent in it, but it's very velvety and very creamy and very comforting. It's one of my favourites. Very expensive, I have to say, but totally worth it when you're 40 plus. So just using my Lizelle cloth from my cleanse and polish, which I don't really use much now, and just taking that off with cold water. I say cold water because it closes the pores. If you saw my skincare with my son, we bought this for him. It's a cucumber and avocado scrub. There's absolutely so much in this. The whole family have been using this on their body and there's still so much left. But a little bit goes a long way. Just taking some water on that and using that to slough away dead skin. Whoops, just dropped a load on my trousers. And really sort of smoothing out any of those bumps that you get around the nose, and to try and peel off the dead skin, especially around here where I've had that big inflamed pore just pop. Obviously be very gentle. You do need to keep activating it with water just to keep it gliding. You don't want to be too dry with it that you end up pulling your skin. I have noticed my skin texture changing here, and I don't want to get the turkey. What is this bit called? Turkey gullet? Is it called gullet? Always into the brows, small circles, light touch. This is so relaxing. Probably the most relaxed I've felt in days. Excuse me while I just enjoy this a minute. So this is why my skin is a lot lighter than my neck, is because obviously when you're doing treatments like these, you're sloughing away dead skin and you've got tan that you're sloughing away as well. So everywhere else is tanning, and like your face is different in tone and texture, and that's because you're taking so much care of this area and less care everywhere else. So the scrub I just used is quite a chunky scrub. It's really good at sort of roughing up and getting rid of like the big lumps and bumps, but when you want to go down to a much deeper level, I like using this. Now this is a sample I got at one of the beauty trade shows I went to, and I absolutely love this scrub. It's like tiny little grains, and it's like when you're sanding something down, like wood or whatever, you go in with a coarse sandpaper, don't you? And then you give it a really great finish with a fine sandpaper. Well, that's how I feel about using this one. I just feel like it really smooths my skin. I've tried to look for it online. I'm gonna have to find a salon that does this product so I can buy it, because I think it's for salon retail only, but it absolutely is tiny bits of, I think it's bits of marble, if I'm correct, bits of marble or some kind of stone that's in here that just really smooths this. I try not to use it too much because it's one of those products that I want to use when I really need that pick-me-up. It's really special. So I'm now ready to thread my face. I've got a think 3 tutorials on how to thread properly. It's going to be too long if I explain it as I go along now. So I'm going to refer you to that video. I'll put the link in the video description box below. But I'm going to remove all of the long hair that I've got up my tash. Around here, I've got a few big whiskers down there, and obviously between my eyes and my brows. Probably need to tweeze as well, but I can't find my tweezers, so we'll have to see how we get on. So by doing this now, after cleansing and scrubbing my face, I know that I've removed all my dead skin cells. I'm going to pick up all the hairs that were just lying under the dead skin cells. And also by pulling the hair out, obviously I'm creating a little bit of a hole where the hair was pulled out from, and I'm not going to have any dirty bacteria then going in there giving me spots and other infected areas. So part of my routine is obviously my facial hair. You guys know I have polycystic ovaries. And I think it's gotten worse lately. The facial hair is just too much, so Imac wax strips on the face. I know I close my eyes, but yeah, that does get rid of a lot of hair. Obviously pulling your hair off and making sure you pull back rather than pulling out is really important, and I learned that the hard way when I asked Maya to wax the back of my thighs. I had ingrowing hairs and bulbous hairs and hairs that were thicker just from the one time she waxed my thighs. So it's really, really important to get waxing technique correct. I'm going to carry on with the other side. So I use my Inglot oils for a number of things. To apply foundation, I use it as my winter hydrator, and I also use it after I wax. It helps to just soothe the skin, and it helps remove any of the wax stickiness and tackiness that is on there and on my fingers, and it just feels nice. And you can already see now, just by applying that hydration, getting rid of my facial hair and the sloughing away of the dead skin has already made my face look very, very radiant, but I'm not done yet. My pores are open and I need to tighten them and close them, but before I do, I'm going to take the oil off because I don't want the oil to get trapped inside. And so I'm using this rose water, which is really nice, by Poppy Austin, and I'm going to just wipe all of that off. I love the smell of rose. Okay, so now that that's off, and that still took off a bit of dirt and a bit of the oils, I'm going to apply my clay mask by Dr. Niikam. This one was sponsored a while ago. I was sent it to try and I did a review of it, and I did one with my son, but it's become a family favourite. We all tend to use it. Maya uses it the most. And what this will do is just tighten up my pores. It's lovely and cooling, and also it's a dirt extractor. It works by negative and positive charges reacting with each other to force out the toxins in the skin. So it's cleaning it and tightening it. At my age, I don't want it tightening too much because I worry that tightening too much with clay mask could give wrinkles. So just before I really feel it setting hard, I will remove it. Just having the rose water on my skin is lifting my spirits a little bit, and then having the coolness of this mask is just helping me calm down and relax, and I already feel a bit of energy. This is drying off, so I'm going to take it off with a cold flannel, and that will just help to close those pores even more. Really brings the blood to the surface of my skin as well, makes it rosy, makes my towel yucky. To be very gentle when doing this, but you know, you can easily just push out a couple. This would have been better to do before actually the tightening mask, and especially after a shower. I get loads around this area. I'm not forcing any through, I'm just whatever wants to come out. But even despite all of the sloughing away and the cleansing, there's still so much in the nose there, and that, you know, can become infected and cause you problems. That away and cleaning up with the toner, the rose water toner, before putting on another mask which will brighten my skin and hydrate it and give it that glow. So the mask I'm using is this Gold Supreme by Hurler, and this is an anti-aging mask. So it's a gel, it just glides on and it feels really nice on the skin. It's cooling, not cooling like cucumber, but it's still a nice cooling. It's more like an oily cooling and it's lovely. It's got gold flakes in it, and I'm going to keep it on for a little while, maybe 20 minutes or so, and then come back and take it off. So as it dries, I just like to pull up like this on my skin, and what that does is that it picks up and kind of smooths out any wrinkles, and it's something that you can do with any product that is kind of gel-like, that dries tacky, and it's just a really good way of sort of getting smooth looking skin really fast. Really great if you work with serums at night. I'm just taking that off now with my cloth, my dirty cloth. You can really see that my skin has picked up very well, and I'm feeling a lot happier about it, and it feels a lot better too. This area that I showed you, still got a little bit of work, but it's starting to look a bit more hydrated and a bit more plump. So while I'm going in with the mask, I'm just going to say that that mask is quite expensive. It retails for around £60 odd. I think that's how much I paid for it at the show. But it's got things like gold, which is known for brightening and helping with the wrinkles. The gold also helps balance the tone of the skin. It's got hyaluronic acid, which helps hydrate cells and make the skin look more plump. And the whole thing has got other active ingredients in it that help smooth the skin, helps smooth out wrinkles and helps prevent new ones from forming, and so it's just very intense, and it's very nice to have on. So I do feel like when I wear that, even if it's own pick me up without nothing else, I do find a difference to my skin, especially around this area where it feels a bit dark. That rose water is just so nice. I want a little bit more hydration, so I'm going to sit with this Venom balm for a little while. It's by Rodial, again, picked it up. I think I picked it up at IMAX, and it's just a really rich moisturising serum that is active, and I like it. I love to just sit in it. They say you can sleep in it. I haven't yet slept in it, only because Venom and I react a lot to things, and I worry about it, but as long as I'm awake and I can keep an eye on it, I'm quite happy to leave this on for an hour or so. And I really feel like, especially in these areas where I'm most prone to sensitivity and dryness and itchy and flaking, it's great there. So I'm going to sit with that on for a little while. What I'm going to do though is just take off, where's that little pad that I was using, a bit around my nose where it's inflamed. Seriously, my mother-in-law's dying. Melatonin peptide, B venom, plumps and firms wrinkles appearance, water lily flower extract, soothes and calms, vitamin C, improves the appearance of uneven skin tone. Shush! 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 Alright, I've had this on for about half an hour. I can't anymore. I want to wrap this video up, but it's hydrated my skin and it feels really nice, and it's actually, all of this has just helped improve my mood and improve my energy. I picked these up at the beauty show as well. I picked up several of them. This one that I'm using is a deep lifting shark extract. I absolutely loved the one that I used last time I reviewed it, put it on my blog. So she's dying in there. Amma, shush! So this contains no synthetic dyes or perfumes. Its treatment is one active mask, which is the first stage, for the face, neck, hands, feet or breast in the form of a soft cotton lobe. strongly soaked in active ingredients, active serum, which is the second stage, which closes the whole procedure. So it's necessary to use the serum maximum 10 minutes after removing the mask. It improves the structure, density and elasticity of the skin, firms, tightens, strongly stimulates the functions of the cell membrane, lipids and enzymes, strongly rejuvenating, nourishing, anti-wrinkle, and it looks like this. I might have to take my top off for this. The last time I tried it, I kind of relaxed and just laid back and just chilled out. Aloha! I need to film my mother-in-law's reaction as I leave this room. This is going to go behind my ears. I need to tie that up at the back of my neck.
You're not going to like it. There's a lot of chocolate in it. Oi!
Maya.
I just got back from the gym. I'm going to
now.
take a shower.
I'm really not sure if I want this on my face. I'm looking at shark extract. And it works like Viagra. But the fact that it may come from an animal is not something I am very comfortable with. I just assumed it would be something synthetic just called shark extract. It could come from ginseng or turtle shell or seahorse. I just don't understand it. Is it the serum that's got it? I won't put the serum on then, I think. I think it's in the serum. Having just lifted myself up, I feel sad. I'm gutted, just had a look on the website and it is an animal byproduct, and I'm not, if I really thought about it at the time, I wouldn't have put it on my face, I wouldn't have bought it. I just had to take it off. I haven't even spent the whole time. It's not in the serum, so I'm going to use the serum, but I'm kind of feeling like, you know, I'm hoping it's a synthetic product, but it says there's no synthetic stuff in it, so I'm just not sure. I'm applying the serum now, which is just hyaluronic acid and other ingredients like vitamins and stuff. I'm massaging that on. I'm going to leave that on for 10 minutes. This is like the stuff that you would often find put on you in a salon during your treatment. Okay, so that's coming off and I'm wrapping up this video. I feel like it's been so long. I've been recording it for hours and hours, but literally when you're pampering yourself, it's a treat to yourself, to give yourself that time out from everything that you're doing that's crazy and doesn't make sense sometimes. Housework, day work, it's time for you. It's really nice to do something like this with the girls. The sheet mask obviously was like the one I had on a few months ago. That was nice. I really like that one, but definitely has hydrated my skin. I definitely feel much brighter and a bit more contoured. So I'm not wiping it too much. I'm just going to put my Dragon's Blood hyaluronic acid spray on my face just to hydrate and put some more of that acid on my skin. I really like this stuff, but I haven't got any of it left. I literally put this on like that jar and do that as it dries tacky. It's really expensive and I can't afford any more. And I literally used up so much that I can't get any out of here, but that would be on my next purchase list. So after that, I would take my CBD London eye cream and apply a bit of that. So it's CBD oils, I think, inside it. I don't know, but I need to properly look into the ingredients list and how it's made, but it's CBD infused serum. And I've got a whole skincare line that was given to me at the beauty shows for me to try, and I literally just all over around the eyes, anywhere I need it left, and I let that sink in. I don't tend to rub it in too much. I feel like my 42-year-old eyes need it. Then I'm taking my CBD serum and I'm going to apply that in all the areas where I want left, which is here, along these lines, and in this area, and then around here and at the tops here, and I literally just wipe that over those areas that I feel, you can feel that that is so much tighter. Look at that from when I was working earlier. And I'm looking up, so even if I look down you can see how much tighter all that is. My skin feels like a baby's bum, like a wet baby's bum. It's so soft. Like, this is a real treat for me. So by now that eye cream has soaked in, and again I use that plumping motion to just lift my skin up. It's almost like it creates a vacuum and you like to pick it out, and it's just irons out all of the creases. And then I'm taking my CBD Vitamin Skin Reviver night cream. I know it's not night, but I'm using it now because I'm kind of like using all three together. And I'm just going to put that on. Usually I leave a good amount of time between all these things that I apply on, like a couple of minutes for it to absorb. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just getting it all on now. And I pat that on again. And then I usually brush my teeth, do all this, and then I might watch a film. I might watch The Affair because it's got Joshua Jackson in it. And then when I'm done, just before I actually fall asleep, I'll use some of this. So taking a little pump from the top, or two, because I'm greedy. I think I'm running out. Again, that's the rodial one, the dragon's blood. And then I'll just all over, and then I'll go to sleep. And this, these last three steps are my everyday routine. I've got so much hydration, it's not even sinking in, otherwise this would be gone from my fingers and my hands by now. But obviously I don't really need this on my skin right now. I've got a lot on it. My skin feels calm, it's not tingling, it's not red, it's not, you know, with everything I've done to it, everything has been really gentle. Obviously clean the nose ring before it goes back in. But this was my whole intensive, luxurious home spa beauty treatment that I might do once every couple of months when I really need that pick me up. And I think if you go back, it definitely has picked me up. All the product ingredients, all the products that will be listed in the down bar below. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, if you have any suggestions for me, please do leave them in the comments box below. I'm expecting some of you to talk about steaming. I didn't steam because I think sometimes that breaks me out and it makes my skin a little hot and flustered, and I just wanted a calming experience, so I didn't steam my face. I tend not to steam it so much, to be fair. But yeah, please do leave me a comment and hit the subscribe button with the bell notifications set to every video if you like, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care, bye. Forgot to show you this crystal collagen eye mask. I buy a chunk of these from Amazon all at once, so falling off because I've been messing around with it. But I like to take it all the way up to my inner corner and leave them on for a good couple of hours. It's supposed to be half an hour, but I leave them on for a couple of hours and it really pulls this right back and gives you a load of definition, and I love that about these. So just wanted to add that step in because it is a real treat that I have, that is one of the most visible of the whole things as a pick-me-up. I tend to just do it at night, which is why I probably didn't think of doing it then, and I only do it when I'm doing all of this, as I have done today. It's falling out because I've been moving it around trying to get it close. I'm going to go and rest now. Ciao.